we had a life coach, man? What if that life coach played just as important role as that football or that basketball or that baseball coach? How much better of a person we would be. And I have that guy, like a life spiritual coach, and I love it, man.
Yeah.
And it plays a major role in my life.
Yeah. Yeah, and I felt that too. I have one or two people. You don't need more than
No,
one.
you don't.
You just somebody you can talk to
Right.
and bounce ideas. Somebody that's going to tell you no. I always say, a lot of these guys, girls, I don't care who it is. Once you achieve success, it's like you surround yourself with yes people. Nobody that's going to tell you the truth.
Right.
And that's the worst thing you can do. And we see it all the time. I don't
All
care.
the
It's
time,
business, athletics.
And it makes us
music.
mad when we see it, because you know how it's going to end. And not just yes people, a multitude of people. When you see somebody with a multitude of people around them, you know it ain't going to be long. It ain't going to be long before the fall. Because there's no way, man. There's no way. No one's that strong to carry that many people for that long of a time. No one's that strong.
And when it came to your career, speaking of love, you played for 5 teams. As one of the greatest players of all time. Why was it such a bounce around?
Man, I always ask that question. I had to ask the Lord that question, man. It was like I was on a mission for the Lord, because there's no way you can't be that great and you play for 5 darn teams. That means either you are a jerk in the locker room, and I certainly wasn't that, or you're underappreciated. Yeah, so I would lean to that, because sometimes you could be at a certain level where people take what you do for granted. And see, that's good for people just not even in the sports. You could perform at a certain level, doing what you do because it's a gift and you do it naturally, that people would assume that someone else could do it because you effortlessly do it. And that's not the case, because this gift makes it look that way. It's no way I should have been on 5 teams, man. But you know what? I had to do what I had to do in Atlanta. They never even offered me a deal when I was a free agent. So they took me to San Fran. I just didn't feel it. San Fran won a Super Bowl, Defensive Player of the Year, never offered me a deal. How does that happen? So it's time to move on. I go to Dallas. Had a wonderful time there. And here we go. At the conclusion, I think, of my 5th year, same thing, free agent, because they were on the down. And see, they're on the downward spiral. And when you have a gift and you still can maintain a certain level, you may not be you, but ain't nobody else could be that. You're not going to be appreciated if your team don't value or understand winning. Someone adapts a losing mentality. How can a winner have value with someone with a losing mentality? It ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna work.
I also saw you think that you can't love something that doesn't love you back, that can't love you back. Is that what you said?
I never loved something. You are good. I never loved something that didn't have the ability to love me back.
What do you mean by that?
A lot of people are like, man, I love the game. The game, no. I like the game. The game can love me back. The game ain't never put his arms around me and embraced me and told me he loves me, but the game gave to me. So if that's my condition of love, I'm kind of messed up in the head, because just because someone gives to me, that don't mean it loves me. Yeah. And the game never loved me back, because sooner or later, you got to make a choice to walk away from the game, or the game gonna walk away from you. And thankfully, we were able to walk away from the game.
Yeah. So you've accumulated all this knowledge. You're on the NFL Network, and I see you